If you didn't catch it, the super fight season has returned with power. What a moment, but this fight feels unique. Two of the world's finest fighters meet while still at their peak. Who will come out on top? Las Vegas can't predict.
Is there a fighter in the world that can beat Bud Crawford? I ain't came across him yet. Everything happened for a reason, and I truly and firmly believe the reason for me to be in this situation right now is to become 3-time undisputed champion of the world.
I'm here in boxing to make history, and winning for me means a lot in this fight because he's one of the best in the last 15 years. He accomplished a lot, and I accomplished a lot, and I think it's a perfect match.
I was excited, but I wasn't like, oh, I beat Spence, or I didn't. It was something that I already knew was going to happen. I just needed the opportunity to show everyone.
He is willing to take a risk. This is literally uncharted territories for Terence Crawford.
I don't care. He can weigh 200. That's going to be bad on him.
Don't let anyone tell you that the weight doesn't matter. It makes this a monumental accomplishment for Crawford.
Putting on muscle don't actually mean that you're going to be slower, but you punch a little harder.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down. And Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds. And he dropping those guys like that.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going or ending?
I'm definitely going to win the fight, for sure. But, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him. And
Two boxing analysts have warned Terence Crawford one final time not to face Canelo Alvarez. Yet Crawford remains undecided. On the flip side, Ronnie Shields said he believes Crawford will win, feels Crawford has matured, gained mental strength, and looks sharper in training. Shields believes Canelo is declining, especially after showing weakness against William Skull. He added that Crawford's speed, not power, will shock Canelo. According to Shields, a Crawford victory would be one of the 10 greatest of all time.
And Bud Crawford.
okay.
And I just see Bud is maturing into the fighter that he wants to be. And he's doing it for himself, not for anybody else. And so that means, I watched little clips of him training and doing different things, and I can see a big difference in Bud right now. Bud is mentally strong. And, Canelo is getting older.
Right.
And when he fought William School in his last fight, I saw a big difference in Canelo. But I think Bud is going to be faster and, not stronger, but he's going to use his speed that's going to throw Canelo off. And I really and truly believe Bud Crawford is going to win this fight. Well, I think it's definitely ranked in the top 10 of the all-great wins.
Carrington also praised the matchup, admitted that while he respects Canelo, he expects Crawford to win. Though he knows Canelo is bigger and stronger, he believes Crawford's intelligence, movement, and ring craft will prove superior. Carrington said Crawford has all the tools to pull off the upset.
Everyone's talking about it. Canelo versus Crawford. How do you see this fight going?
Crawford all the way. Hey, listen, it's going to be a good fight, though. It's going to be a great fight. I love Canelo Alvarez. He's also one of my favorite fighters to watch as well. But Crawford, I feel like he has what it takes to bring the upset. I really do. Granted, the size is a big issue. And the power. But I feel like Crawford, he has the skill, he has the IQ, and the footwork to get away with it, for sure.
See that fight going to the decisions, though, or not?
Yeah, I see it going.
Or, however, Jaron Bootsinis said he favors Canelo since he's beaten tougher opponents. Even though Canelo isn't a true 168-pound fighter and could fight at 160, he pointed out that many of Canelo's rivals weigh nearly 200 pounds on fight night, yet Canelo still beats them. Innes said the public wants a thrilling fight and he's excited for it.
I lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down. And Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So,
Furthermore, Terence Crawford declared he is confident he can beat Canelo Alvarez. Still, he admitted the fight will be tough and action-packed with both camps giving everything. He said he's after Canelo's belts and legitimacy, not personal grudges. Crawford insisted there has never been another fight like this in boxing. History called it the biggest
boxing, the biggest fight in boxing.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going or ending?
I'm definitely going to win the fight, for sure. But, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him, and it's going to be an exciting fight.
You guys have any bad blood at all, or is it all business?
It's just business. I want what he got. And that's them belts, and that's that undisputed title. And that's it. It ain't personal. It's just, he got something that I want.
After this, this is so big. Does it get bigger than this?
Not at all. This is the biggest fight in boxing. The biggest fight in boxing. No other fight in boxing today is on the level of Terence Crawford.
Andre Ward explained that fighting bigger men is risky, since their size and power strain your arms and shoulders. Blocking punches drains energy. He noted he beat larger opponents because he never feared them, had stamina, carried hidden strength, punched hard enough for respect, and pressured until they broke. Ward said these tactics helped him in both Olympic bouts and sparring.
The risk, you get hit on the shoulder, ooh, and it drains you. You get hit.
Little energy bar.
Yeah. You get hit with it. I done been in there with heavyweights, and in this ring, you can block 3 punches. Boom, 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 bam. You gotta get yourself together. He ain't even laying clean. But he's such a big, strong man that you feel it. Boom. My elbow. Boom. He half caught me on my liver, half caught me on my elbow. Man, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with that. So, but what works for me is the fact that I'm not afraid of a bigger man. My stamina, physically stronger than what meets the eye. And I'm hitting hard enough to get respect. And then I just keep coming. And then you start to see like we're even, then the big guy starts to wear down. That's what's always benefiting in the Olympics.
Figures in entertainment. Who should act mature? Asked Crawford how he could attempt something even Sugar Ray Leonard never did. I'm rooting for Crawford and hoping for history, one said. Leonard once jumped from welterweight to 162 fast. And Marvin Hagler edged him in a split decision that ended their rivalry. Canelo argued Crawford stays sharp with consistent workouts, yet many believe Crawford's run is nearing its end.
Crawford, I want to see something great. And what if Crawford is that magical? What if he's a unicorn? Not even Sugar Ray Leonard did this. Sugar went from welterweight to 160. He definitely wasn't 38. And Hagler wasn't younger than him by 4 years. And even Sugar did. And what Sugar did was insane. And that fight was a split decision. We still don't know. I think Hagler won. I think Hagler got robbed. How did we all forget about the Madrimov fight? And what's getting me is Canelo fights twice a year. He's at least twice a year. That dude done fought 4 times a year, 3 times. This guy is fighting all the time, staying sharp. With 5 more fights on His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh's contract. The roll stops here.
Fundora remarked that Jaron Ennis is dangerous from both stances, much like Terence Crawford. He said it makes sense for Canelo Alvarez to add Ennis to his camp. Still, he thought Canelo didn't really need him, and that the move could also be for publicity. Fundora admitted moving to junior middleweight is totally different, but agreed. Ennis looked excellent at welterweight. Said he's curious to see how Ennis adapts at 154 pounds.
To 154, he's yet to fight there. Canelo brought him in and can't specifically because he's a switch hitter like Terence Crawford. What do you make of Ennis just not being in your division and then him contributing to Canelo's camp heading into this fight? Is that a good move?
I think it's good for Canelo's camp to have a fighter like Ennis. Because, he likes to switch right-handed, southpaw. I think Canelo probably didn't need that. But, the fact that Ennis went might cause a little bit of drama. I think he did for a dramatic effect. But, great fighter. Great fighter at 147. But 154 is a different division. They have me in there, so.
Robert Garcia claimed Canelo Alvarez should win because he is bigger, stronger, and able to land heavy shots on Terence Crawford. He pointed out that Crawford fought only once around 150 pounds and didn't look impressive. This fight marks his first true test at that weight, Garcia said. Crawford's brave jump up in divisions has left many worried about his chances.
Paper, Canelo should win. Canelo's bigger and stronger. And if Canelo lands good punches, I think Canelo could hurt Crawford. Crawford's, first time in that division and jumping 2 divisions where he only had one fight at 154 and didn't look his best either. So there's a lot of questions, about that. And that's why a lot of people think Canelo is going to...
Still, Garcia admitted Crawford has a path to victory. With the right strategy, he could box smart, stay mobile, and outpoint Canelo by landing combinations. This displayed Crawford's speed, intelligence, and sharp technique. Garcia reminded, however, that Canelo's physical strength is greater, which makes him lean toward Alvarez. Yet if Canelo continues fighting without defense and throwing single shots, Crawford might dominate.
I'm probably one of the only ones that I do give Crawford a chance. Yeah. I think Crawford could pull it off. Crawford is very talented. He's very fast. He's very smart in the ring. So I think a perfect fight, Crawford could pull off a decision.
Okay.
I think he could win a decision. I don't pick him. I wouldn't put my money on him winning because it's a very dangerous, risky fight, especially with Canelo being so strong. But Canelo's last few performances, he's looked slow, flat-footed, looking for one punch at a time. And if that's the Canelo that fights Crawford, Crawford could win a decision. Crawford could outbox him, could outsmart him, could land 3-4 punch combinations and move and win a decision. So do I give Crawford a chance? 100% think Crawford could pull it out. Would I put my money on it? Probably not.
Virgil Ortiz Jr. predicted a difficult battle, but leaned toward Canelo Alvarez winning. Even so, he didn't fully dismiss Crawford's chances. Admitting an upset is possible.
Back him. I think it's going to be a competitive fight, though. I just think that Canelo, he's supposed to win. I think he should win. But I'm not counting Crawford out. Yeah. I just think that's how...
That picks anybody. I was in the 7-Eleven, or I don't know, one of the gas stations getting gas the other day, and some guy recognized me and said, talking, and he said, so what's going to happen to Canelo and Crawford? I said, honestly, I don't know. He said, no, you have to know.
Yeah, you gotta know. Because when we ask you, you gotta give an answer, though.
and honestly, it's one of those fights where I could easily see either man winning this fight. Yeah. I get the arguments for Crawford. I get the arguments for Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. And either one of them might get the job.